I'm headsetting it. Is that all right?
All right. Yeah, it sure is. Good morning and good afternoon. Welcome to this week's edition of the Digital Shop Talk Radio. My name's Tom Dorsey. I'll be hosting the show today. Today is episode 20, June 19th, 2019. And today we're going to be talking about reviews. We've been talking over the last, I'd say, about 6 weeks. We've had some great shows about getting the team to adopt your digital inspection program, how to take great inspections that really, are impactful and help you sell more work. And some other really great shows on helping to kind of get the process going and get it out there to the customer. And now we're going to talk about today, we're going to talk a little bit about how to use that work and take it out there and help to influence your reviews, the number of reviews that you get, the type of reviews that you get, where you get reviews, and really put an awareness out there, generate a buzz, and help you to attract new customers to your business, and be able to use those digital inspection assets, pictures and videos, even if it's just recommended, even if it's just in type, in the review, to put that awareness out there to attract more customers to your business. So I've got two great guests with us today. I've got Joaquin Cordero. He's joining us from 27th Street Automotive. Tons and tons of great reviews and been a digital shop now. How long, Joaquin, how long have you been on Auto Vitals?
About 6 years or so, around that.
6 years, man, from right from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about yourself, Joaquin. Where's your shop at? And you've been with us 6 years. How's it working for you?
Actually, pretty good. We're in Boise, Idaho. We are 7 to 6 people, 3 technicians, 2 service riders, and I still consider a small shop, but so far so good.
Yeah, no, we know you're humble because we've seen your metrics, man. You guys kick butt over there. You guys are really running a great operation, and you can really see how, since you've adopted that digital platform, sales have taken off for you. Congratulations. And then also joining with us, we've got a great regular co-host back today with us, Fred Gestwicki from Fix It with Fred. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man, everything's good in Canton. In Ohio,
Yeah.
we're loving it. Yep.
Good. And, couldn't ask for anybody better to have on when we're talking about, innovative ways and kind of outside of the box thinking on how to use your reviews, how to use your digital inspections to leverage reviews, and then really, how to, think about ways to make it easy for a customer to leave reviews. So let's kick it off right there. Maybe Fred, start us off, when do you set expectations, and when do you really start kind of planting the seeds to get a review from a customer?
Tom, it actually starts in the very beginning when you get that new customer. Your existing customers, much easier. They trust you. They know you. They come to you. So all you basically do is say, hey, give me a review. And they go, okay. And then send them a link and it's done. But those new customers are the ones that are hard to get a review out of. So when somebody finds you and you ask them, how did you find us? Oh, I found you online. Oh, okay. Did you check out our website? Just kind of converse. And they say, yeah, I saw all your reviews. So make a little note in your point of sale, or note in however you track your customer's info that this customer came from Google and they read reviews. So when you get near the end of the visit, where you're getting to the kiss goodbye or the final stage, customers remember that last thing you say. And for most shops, reviews are the best marketing method because it's free and everyone looks at them. So tell them, how you read the review to find us. We'd appreciate if you would give us a review. Tell, and don't just give us a 5-star. Tell us if we didn't do good. I'd like you to let me know what we did that didn't produce a 5-star experience. And they'll go, oh, no, it was a great 5-star experience. Well, tell the world how good we did. And when you ask them to describe it, you're asking them to use those keywords, repair, inspection, brakes, whatever they had done. If they can use those words in their review, that raises your SEO, helps you get more visibility. And when customers have a problem and they look at your shop and they consider you as a possible candidate to fix their vehicle, they want to find somebody that had a similar issue, that has had a great experience, so that they can walk in and be happy. Like, I know you fix brakes because I saw 4 reviews that talk about brakes. So you kind of make it where, put yourself in the new customer's spot. You want to make them feel special. We do a couple things like that. That's kind of how we attack that, Tom.
Hey, and would you even ask, because that's a great point, right? And so right at drop off is really where I'm going to start maybe having that conversation and taking some notes. Would you even ask them as, they say, hey, we saw some reviews. Oh, hey, do you use Yelp? Or are you on Facebook? Start to kind of narrow them down to where their platform is.
We actually we outright ask them how we found you. Okay, how did you find us? And sometimes people are hesitant to tell you for whatever reason. Oh, I found you online. So you don't want to be like, what'd you use? Google, what words you type in? You don't want to make them uncomfortable and analyze the customer. So we found just converse with them. And if they just say online, they don't want to talk about it. Try and bring it up again and be like, did one of your friends refer you? I'd like to thank that friend. You can do different things like that. But if they're just diehard, I just want you to know I searched on the interwebs. Unfortunately, it's all you get to know. So use what you just said, Tom. Talk to them. Hey, we're trying to get more Yelp reviews. Lucky for Fix It with Fred, Yelp means almost nothing where I'm at. So I feel lucky that the mafia isn't a big player where I live. But, for us, Facebook, right now we're targeting Google, but for a while we asked people, well, could you recommend us on Facebook? Would you mind doing that? I would consider it a personal favor if you could do that. And sure enough, within 2 hours, you get that recommendation. So you can guide the customer where your shop is looking to get a better online reputation. You just got a 1-star. You got to bury it with 5 stars. So point everybody in that same platform.
Oh man, that's gold right there. Write that down, because that's exactly it. If you're paying attention to your reviews, you see something that happens. Hey, 2 things, right? If somebody sees all 5 stars and nothing ever bad happens in your shop, it's you almost discount it. It's fake. Stuff happens. Get that. And it's really, do you respond? How do you respond? And then what else as far as weighting goes, 1 out of 100, okay, this is a great business, right? And also, a great point about, if you ask, you can receive, right? It's a lot of times as simple as that. If somebody mentions, they're great, man, this digital inspection was amazing. Hey, would you mind telling your friends about that? And just ask them to mention the digital inspection, because the more of that information you can get out there, the more awareness you generate, the more people understand the type of experience you're going to get, your culture through those reviews, and get that phone ringing more often. Joaquin, are you guys doing the same thing in your shop? How do you kind of set up the customer to get reviews? I mean, you guys have a lot of great reviews online. Are you just relying on chance, or maybe the CRM, your thank you email, or are you asking them to leave you reviews at pickup or drop off? Oh, I think Joaquin got muted. Can you hear us, buddy?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, there you go.
So every time that we have a chance, we ask for a review. Sometimes when we do free things for the customer and we ask for a review, or when they seem to be happy, or well, we also do follow-up calls, and the follow-up calls, if something is wrong, we'll take care of that, or call them back and bring the car back. But if they're happy, we just ask for a review. And just any opportunity that we have, we ask for a review.
So that's fantastic. So you're using AutoVitals to schedule some follow-up call campaigns after pickup. And then, so let me ask you this: do you see more reviews left after you do the follow-up call, or would you be getting those reviews anyway?
Well, I cannot really answer that question because I don't track it, but that helps too. That helps a lot to get the feedback, and also direct the customers to give us a review on Google or anywhere where they want it.
Yeah, exactly. And a lot of times it's as easy as that. So take advantage of the situation is what Joaquin's telling you right now, right? Is to say somebody's happy, somebody says thank you for doing this extra mile. Hey, thank me by maybe posting something up on Facebook. And like what Fred was saying, when you know where you need reviews, ask for them to use those platforms, right? And you know that you can go in and set a percentage of thank you emails that will go out with a link to the review sites that you set in the back end in AutoVitals. And that's just going to help you to cast a wider net out there, right? Get more awareness across multiple platforms. And if you look at it from a targeting perspective, right? I need more on Facebook. or I've had maybe a bad review got posted over here on Yelp. Let me start sending some more that way to kind of bury those down, push them down the page, and just show that we've got lots of other stories to tell. Fred, what about responding to those reviews? I mean, everybody tends to get a negative review. About 80% of Americans responding to polls say that they trust online reviews over, any other form of research. And as a matter of fact, they even trust user-generated reviews more than, say, some professional review or critic. You know what I mean?
You brought up a couple of really awesome points. Many shop owners I know, when you ask them, how are you getting new customers? And they say referrals and word of mouth. And I know most of the time in their head, their word of mouth is they're picturing John, their customer John, talking to their friend Tom and saying, you really ought to go over to the shop. And in reality, in today's world, word of mouth is reviews. That is today's word of mouth. The millennial generation and the younger generation, younger than them, both treat reviews more importantly than a person telling them. So, for example, we were looking for a dentist for my wife, so we went online, asked for recommendations on Facebook, looked for who got the most recommendations, went to the reviews, and the place we chose, there was 2 people specifically that said, don't go there, I had a bad experience, but there's 14 people that said good, and the reviews said good. So we're ignoring the bad review and choosing the place because we looked at their bad reviews and saw how they responded. So that's today's word of mouth advertising, are those reviews. And when you get that bad review, can I go over what we do with that, Tom? Because I think everyone wants to know, what do you do when you get that email and it's a 1-star and you're like, oh my gosh, the first thing you do is freak out, get it all out, get all mad, yell, scream, throw stuff, do whatever gets it out. Because if you're harboring it inside of you, it's going to come out in your response. I got a 1-star review 3 weeks ago, and I was so excited. There's my 1-star. So excited for this because this guy's got the wrong business. He's never contacted my shop. I'm sure of that because our phone log doesn't have him in there. He's not in the system. I looked on Facebook, can't find the guy. I got nothing. So I was excited because now I have a 1-star review that I'm mad because the guy doesn't come to me, but I don't have to be analyzing the situation. What did we do wrong? How did we fail this customer? So now I get to write a message to all of my potential new customers as to what. So when you get a 1-star that's a true 1-star, first thing you do is freak out, get it all out, get where you're sweating and you're okay now, and then call them. Hey, I saw you left me a 1-star review. What's going on? And just listen, don't talk, and let them get it out. And myself, I only have 2 1-star reviews that are legitimate, and neither one of them will answer any response. So we tried. But in our 20 group, we have several members that have convinced the 1-star customer to change the review to a 5-star with a phone call, not giving them any free service, not giving them anything, just talking. But for our shop, the 2 fake 1-stars we have, I love them. And you can see my response. We've searched, we couldn't find you. We checked our phone log, and I explained to them specifically, we keep track of everyone that comes through our business, and I have no record of who you are, no record of you ever calling. So please call me so that we can clear up this confusion. If you're the potential new customer of a business and you go to a 1-star and you see this terrible thing where transmission fluid and this and that, and the guy's charging too much, and then you read this response, what would you think? I would think, wow, they got the wrong place. Obviously this guy left the review for the wrong place.
Yeah, exactly. And you kind of let what happens there. 2 things happen, right? Is every time you have an opportunity to respond in public that way, you have to look at it as an opportunity. It's an opportunity. In this case, the guy left it for the wrong business, but Fred could go out there and actually take care of this guy, maybe even offer assistance to help the guy find the right business or something and win him over as a customer.
We might work on his car. If he actually called us, he might like what we're doing. He just
exactly. It's an opportunity to win this guy as a customer, right, by responding. The other thing is you're talking to your current and future customer base there. And it's an opportunity for you to establish that you care, because like, and just like you were saying about the 20 groups, that happens, right? Is that somebody they just want attention. You give me the attention in the selfie generation, go figure, right? Oh my gosh, I got recognition. I got my grievance. I got justice. And then they're your best friend. They're out there, 5-star review, recommending people to come to your business all of a sudden. Or, it doesn't work. And hey, they stay angry. They're non-responsive, but the social mob will judge them. The social mob will say, that's a kook. Let's ignore what they say because they were unreasonable. And here's this business owner that tried to reach out and engage and offer to help, and this person's just a kook. So ignore, right? Joaquin, how are you guys? How are you responding to bad reviews, if you ever get any?
Well, yeah, we have a few, but basically
Happened before.
the same way that Fred first just cool down, and sometimes we wait a couple of days before we respond the review, and usually I talk about it when somebody that is not relate to the business, and so I give me the point of view of the customer. Maybe I'm seeing it from the wrong point of view, and just responds like being sorry for the situation, and then we can do whatever we can to make it better or fix whatever we did wrong.
Do you respond publicly? Like, do you use Auto Vitals to go in there and respond, or do you log into your Yelp account and respond publicly on those platforms?
Well, we try to reach customer, but sometimes they don't want to talk, and then we answer them online. And,
yeah.
Try to reach and not cause conflict. Is just I'm sorry, and I hope we can make this work and fix whatever we did wrong. But basically that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's critical, right? It's critical that you respond when you have those. Like Fred said, hey, it's possible that it's a miscommunication, it's a fake review or whatever you want to call it. But then also it actually happened. Own up to it. Say, hey, yeah, I checked. I talked to my guys. We did this thing. Please, I've been trying to reach out to you. I want to make this right. And then you just put that response out there. And like I said, the future customers are reading that and they say, this is a reasonable person who cares about their customers. And that's the type of business that I'm going to do business with. And then just the bulk of the other reviews tell the story of who you are. So if we can,
Tom,
let's talk a little bit about, go ahead.
I had something super awesome to go along with your statements. When what Joaquin just said, when you make a mistake, if you get defensive, you're telling those potential new customers, these guys make mistakes and don't own up to it. That's what you're confirming what they're afraid of. They want to know, if I go here and it goes bad, it doesn't go according to plan, what do they do? Yeah. And Joaquin gave an awesome example. You talk to your guys, you find out what happened, we'll take care of it for you, and you reassure that potential new customer that when we make mistakes, we stand behind it, even when we made a mistake. So if you make the mistake and cause a 1-star, admit it. Tell them you're sorry. Tell them you'll fix it. Explain how you're going to fix it. And all those potential new customers will see that if I go here and it goes bad, I can have faith knowing that they'll stand behind it. They're not going to leave me out on the road, So I just want to confirm we've used that exact approach on the 2 bad reviews, and it's worked very, very well, where people have mentioned, yeah, I read your 1-star review, and you're like, oh my gosh, you found it. It's hidden and you found it. And they're like, no, I read it and it made sense. So answer those questions. When you read the 1-star review and you don't know what happened, you're having a question in your mind. What happened? What are they getting done? What did this business do to take care of the customer? Answer those questions, admit your mistake, and move on. Love that response, Joaquin.
Yeah, perfect. Hopefully people are writing that stuff down, right? Add it to your own, the way that you handle and manage your reviews, and you'll build up a big review base with lots of good interaction. And always make sure you try to, even if you hate Facebook, I get it. I guess you wouldn't be watching this right now if you did, but get an account, put your business out there, and have that available so that you can respond on those platforms. It really means the world. Just that little 5 minutes it's going to take, 2 minutes it's going to take, could do wonders for you. We got a couple questions from viewers, And Bill's asking if we can talk a little bit about the types of things that we would add into our reviews or even requests, right? Do you guys ask them to write in specific things about maybe your digital inspection or the type of work or repair that they had done, their make and model, so that you can get some SEO value also and some personalization to people who are looking for those reviews, because that's what's going to stick out to them. How do you guys do that? Joaquin, I'll start with you, buddy. How do you get more information into the review other than 5 stars? It was good.
How will I get? Well, let me think about it. Can you ask Fred? Because
Yeah, sure.
I've found if you try and guide the customer, generally they may not either leave you a review because you're telling them what to do, and people don't want to be told what to do. They just want to do what they want. That's why they're at your shop. They chose you. And in my thoughts, I get the opportunity to type whatever I want in the review as a response, and it's counted as SEO value the same as the review. So, you know, the review that says, they were professional, they took good care of my brakes, blah, blah. Yay, thank you for the 5 stars. So we start our response and we add personal touches into those response. Thank you, so-and-so. It was great to meet your husband, and throw the husband's first name in. And we're glad that your brake pad replacement on your Ford F-150 was a better job than you've experienced in the past. And now I've thrown the keyword brake pad replacement. I've thrown the make and model in there. We don't find asking unless it's someone that's in your top 2% where you can basically ask them to do anything and they'll do it for you. Most of your customers, when you start asking them to do stuff, it deters them from doing the review. They want it to be simple. They want it to be easy. That's why we send them links that takes them right to the platform instead of them having to search. So we found it didn't work well. But we did find we just put in what we want in the response. We had that SEO value in our response, and the customers like that. We're not just robo responding. It's a person responding to a person about that personal connection that they made when they were in your business.
Yeah, so that's a great point, right? Is that you can get in there and so that even gives you more of a reason to get in there and add some responses and just maybe block some time out in a day to go through. So how about that? Joaquin, how often do you look at your reviews?
all the time. Plus, we get the email that we got a review, and also I check other people reviews and see how they react or what they have done it, and also talk to other shop owners and see how they handle it. And yeah, basically that way.
Good. So if you're constantly monitoring those reviews, right, and if you get notifications that come in when you get a new review, it's a great opportunity. Take a couple of minutes, just get out and say, hey, thank you for the great review. We had a great time doing the brakes on your vehicle, or whatever, your Honda Civic or whatever the make model might be. And just take that opportunity to plant some of that SEO value in there. And you're responding to reviews, you're kind of killing two birds with one stone and really getting out there and engaging with the customer base through those platforms. Fred, anything you'd like to add? Oh, Bill said, Fred, thanks. That's exactly what he was looking for.
Awesome.
Asking what percentage of your reviews do you respond to? So kind of a great follow-up question to that. Is it on a regular basis you're in there? I mean, I guess you could overdo it, right? If you're in there and it just looks like you got nothing better to do than respond on, Yelp all day long. But about how often, what percentage of reviews do you respond to? Probably 100% of the bad ones, but what about the good ones?
Joaquin, go ahead, brother.
Well, we try to respond to all of them, even good and bad, and use the opportunity to put words that are good for Google. But we respond to everything. And again, we wait a few days if the review is bad, and give it time to think about it. We're going to respond.
Cool off a little bit.
Yeah, but then we respond all of them.
Oh wow! So there you go.
Exact same
100%.
policy. Every single review should be responded to. If I go to search for a business to do business with, and I'm just using online only as my referral system, I look for businesses that respond to their reviews and I read the responses. I don't just look if there is responses. I want to see that owner, the guy in charge, is engaged with the business. So if something bad happens, I know you can get to the top.
Yeah.
And I think general public appreciates that. We get stuck in our little worlds that we've created, our little shop space, and we forget what the rest of the world's like sometimes. And we forget that other people don't know about cars. Other people don't know that you're a good shop. Other people that drive by every day have no idea what you're doing. They just don't know. So they walk into the situation with zero knowledge. They look at your website, they look at your reviews, and they make a decision. And you have control of all of that. So by not responding to a review, even if it's just 5-star with no words, just a rating, so to speak, responding to that review tells that customer that they're important, and all your future customers to see it, how important that is. I left a review for the place that did our signage on the front of our shop, the sign at the road. And today I received an email from Google that our review has been viewed over 1,000 times already.
Wow.
So I forwarded it to the owner of the sign company because he responded to my review. And I wanted him to know, hey, just so you know, this review's helping. So how many of our customers have gotten those emails and not told us? Those reviews are so important. They're the best marketing there is, Tom.
No, that's amazing. That's awesome. So so we got a question also from the audience and wondering, what does a 4-star review mean? What does a 3-star review mean? How do you handle the different, 1-star down differently?
Well, for us, we just focus on the positive and reaffirm that what we did good and talk about that, and just talk too much about the good part and just not so much about what is bad. That's what we're...
Yeah, it's probably a place to get some information, because it was probably something like, hey, your service was great, but man, the toilet, the bathroom needed some cleaning up or something, right? What about you, Fred? Do you look at do you notice that there's a pattern in maybe like a 3-star or 4-star type review over the 5-star reviews?
My experience, it seems like the majority of society is black or white, 5 or 1.
Yeah,
that's
right.
it.
Weird.
It just seems like and it's like you look at surveys and you click the left or the right all the way down the column. We got our first 4-star review about a month ago. Really nice man. He had some extenuating needs that were hard for us to understand. He was definitely had a compromise in his life. So when he gave the 4-star, I called him like I would a 1-star. Hey, so he gave a 4-star. Thank you so much for leaving a review. What could we have done to give you a 5-star experience? He said nothing. What?
It's
he said, I don't 5-star anything. I was like, okay. Well, so I told him this is the best.
I'll take that as a 5-star.
He said, yeah. So now I thought about responding with that information, but that would almost seem made up to a total stranger. If they saw a 4-star review and the response says, you said that a 4-star is the best you'll ever do, that sounds like an excuse, like I'm being defensive. So instead of mentioning that this guy just doesn't use the 5th star for whatever reason, I did it for the new customers. Thanks for the rating. He didn't put any words or anything. It was just a 4-star. Thanks for the rating. We appreciate you came in. Let us fix your year, make, model of your vehicle. And the next time you're here, let us know what else we can do to do a 5-star performance and get you to move your review up to a 5-star. So now he's happy because I called him. The review response is to the side now. He's glad I called him. And then I answered the question, you see that 4-star, you're a potential customer. Why did they leave a 4-star? And I'm not answering the question. I'm answering what I do with that. I didn't say we did a 4-star because your washer fluid wasn't topped up or something. Instead, we were saying we are glad for the 4-star. Let us know what we can do so that customer knows we're striving to do better. So that's my response to that, Tom.
Bill said he can relate. There's the 4-star cap group walk among us.
It's better than 2-star cap group, Bill. Just saying.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's a hard nut to crack.
Oh.
And I got to tell you, you really have to think of your reviews as really a window into your culture, right? Because organic reviews are going to say things like, hey, the coffee there was great. Everybody seemed so happy. The place was clean, right? It was easy to find that big site. It was great, landscaping. They'll talk about all of these things, right? And so the more that you can make that stuff noticeable, right? And without, of course, dosing all your crew on Prozac and have them walking around with a big fake smile on their face all day, but really just a little extra. Hey, what do you love kind of about Chick-fil-A, right? When you go there, they say, my pleasure, right? And that stuff sticks. And so guess what? I mean, it sticks enough to where it's a meme and it's a thing, right? And so if you can just add that touch, it really allows your culture to come out and then be kind of promoted through those reviews. As people are reading that, they're actually getting an understanding of what the service is going to be like once they get to your shop, and they're looking forward to doing business with you. So don't be shy when it comes to, being, I guess, a little bit over the top and thankful to your customers while they're in there, because they're going to notice and go on and tell their friends about it. Got a couple more. I know we're kind of getting close on time, but we got a couple more great questions from the audience. Nick is asking, Fred, has anyone left a review about how they loved the Auto Vitals experience?
We don't call our inspections inspections. We call them health reports. And we actually, that's what it says on the text. That's what it says on your receipt. We do not use the word inspection except for new incoming customers. If you start talking health report, they don't know what you're talking about, so you have to retrain them. We had a customer actually say, I loved the health report they sent me. And I actually emailed that caption to Uva to show him, because that's something we developed at the digital shop conference, is those terminology used in a health report. So we'll have people say they sent me a health report, they sent me pictures, they texted me, they emailed me. They're mentioning the benefit of that digital communication and that digital inspection. They're mentioning it in the reviews, probably 1 in 10, 1 in 8, pretty high ratio considering we're not asking them what to talk about,
Yeah, that's a great point. Hey, and Auto Vitals makes it pretty easy to leave a review, right? And a thank you email, and like we were talking earlier, you can set, a ratio of platforms that you send the customer to leave the review. So that's pretty simple. But what other ways do you guys use? Joaquin, I'll start out with you. What other things might you do with counter material or at the counter to help the customers to leave the review? Not really beg them for it, but make it simple for them to leave reviews for you.
You're muted, Joaquin.
Sir. So we use a lot the buyers follow-up. They will ask a feedback or a review, and also when we do the follow-up call, but we don't have material, printout material. And when we get a review, we send a thank you card for the review.
Nice. You mail that? Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, but that's about it. But it's just mostly verbally asking for the review all the time.
Same here, Tom. We have one sheet of paper this big above the cashier window that says, if you love us, tell the world, on Google or Facebook. We don't target Yelp because we hate it.
Yeah.
I know everybody hates it. I'm just lucky that no one cares. But that one piece of paper has generated 0 reviews, that personal contact.
Wow, yep.
And if if you get your advisor to ask them for a favor to give you a review, they'll mention the advisor by name. There's nothing wrong with that. That shows they have a good relationship with that customer. So yeah, like Joaquin said, that personal ask, that talking, that engagement is really what drives those reviews up.
Fantastic. Well, that was great, guys. I really appreciate your time. Any last questions from the audience? Nope, looks like we're good. Tune in tomorrow. What we're going to be doing is we're going to talk about how you can go in the back end in Auto Vitals, set up your thank you email for success on review capture, and other ways that you can take action, both using the program and setting up, your scripts at drop off, your scripts at pickup, and just working generally within your culture to make yourself attract reviews, right? It's that law of attraction. You want reviews, you smile, you give good service, it permeates your culture, you get more good reviews bring you more happy customers with pockets full of money, and we just keep on wash, rinse, and repeat, right? So tomorrow in the webinar, starts at 10 a.m. Pacific time, we'll be talking about the nuts and bolts on how to get your program set up to be a high velocity review generating machine. Want to thank Fred and Joaquin again for their time and coming on and giving us great insight, man. I really appreciated some of the stuff that you guys brought to the table. Really helped, these guys think and hopefully get out there and adopt some of these best practices in their operation. And, you know, guys, we really love hearing your success stories. We've been getting quite a few in over the last couple of days. Keep them coming, man. We'll be happy to give you shout out on the air and stuff when you're taking some of the stuff that Fred and Joaquin and Neil and all the guys that have been coming on here over the last couple of weeks come in and you guys put that into action and it's paying off. Tell us about it. Post it up on the Facebook forum, Digital Shop Talk on Facebook, and let's continue the conversation on there. Tune in again next Wednesday, same time, same place. 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern for the Digital Shop Talk Radio. We're going to be talking about website stuff. Producer Nima, what is the title of our show next week? It's called Website Stuff.
Increased customer acquisition.
Oh, there it is. Increased customer acquisition by providing answers online. So education online to help catch those customers early in the buying process when they're still in the research phase. You know, long before they say find a shop near me, that's where you want to get your message out there. You want to get in front of eyeballs at that stage. You get them first. Early bird gets the worm. Tune in next Wednesday. We'll be talking to a couple shops that take that to the next level and talk about how they really fill up that appointment schedule with fresh acquisitions, working it like a throttle, like we learned the other week and through our marketing. And we look forward to talking to you then. Until then, let's talk on Facebook. Post it up. Tell your friends. We'll see you next Wednesday. Go make some money. Thanks, Fred. Thanks, Joaquin. Thank
Thanks,
you,
Tom.
Yeah, everybody.
See you guys.
All right, guys. Thank you.